What's your revenge on a cheating spouse? Itself isn't evil. People are. She cheated and then left town to go back to the base we were both stationed at before we both left active duty. After I filed for divorce, I rented a storage container, put her stuff in it, and paid for 1 month of storage, and mailed her a key, and said she had 1 month to come and get it, or it would be auctioned off. One of the boxes had a layer of her stuff she really wanted, 1 layer of every picture, note she sent me, mementos and our wedding album, and then another layer of more of her stuff. I then found out what day she was coming to get the stuff from one of our mutual friends. The night before, I drove back to our old base and hung out with friends. The day she came to pick up her stuff, she called me and asked if we could meet to talk about things. I told her no, since I was in her town, not mine, and that we never needed to speak again. Only time I've ever purposely made someone cry. I don't regret it. Edit. Forgot the word in. While moving out, I didn't want to be destructive or petty, but my sister was helping me, and she sure did. I didn't let her destroy any of his video games or DVDs, but he has minor OCD about them, so she opened all of them and put the discs all back in random cases, then put them all back on the shelf in random order. Then she hid a pair of thong panties in his bed for his mistress to find. And there was a disposable camera from I can't remember what that had a few pictures left on it. If he ever gets in developed, he will be greeted by the sight of her asshole. My family is the best. Wait. Greeted by the sight of your sister's asshole? I'm confused. That's not revenge, it's an unexpected bonus. She took a pic of her ass. Yes, though zoomed in on the sphincter. She cheated on me at least 5 times with random dudes. I stayed for my beautiful wonderful stepchildren. She eventually left me for some guy who got out of prison for child pornography. She's still with him, but it turns out laws on where sex offenders live are pretty strict in most states. I've gotten her evicted from her home 4 times, and counting. My kids are with their grandma because I have no legal rights, but at least I know they are safe. It's sort of a hobby. Funniest thing I've read all day. Power move. Noise. The best revenge was success. I decided I wasn't going to fall into turmoil like I had before, and instead kept my shit tight. Started applying to jobs a bit higher than my league. Got one, moved away, and recently bought an engagement ring for someone worthwhile. Also, therapy. Instead of falling apart, I put myself together. Best one here. I found another partner and we are happy and engaged. I don't care what my ex is doing or thinking about me. I still have bad feelings towards her and hate her guts, but I'm progressing on that as well. It takes time. It was explained to me when I was in that if you're stationed overseas with a spouse and get divorced, the military will pay for their ticket back home for up to 1 year after the papers are signed. I was in Guam and the guy on my boat that me ex cheated on me with had to have back surgery in Hawaii. I found out that she went with him, so I immediately ran to the JAG and let them know, and he literally high-fived me that we didn't have to pay for that bitch's flight. Flights to and from Guam are expensive af. Go enjoy the girls at G-Spot. What is G-Spot? Strip club. Living life well and eventual forgiveness. This is the only real answer. Spend some time being angry, cry, write their name in the sand, and then piss on it, etc. Then say fuck them, and move on to better things. Yeah, well, sometimes assholes end up dealing with other assholes and it's beautiful. Not everyone can be wholesome and it's for the greater good of entertainment. I don't disagree with you. I mean, I opened this post hoping for good stories. Pretty harmless but cheating ex wanted to get back together / macup. I picked her up from her house and back to my city, which is about 30 minutes away. Left her at a gas station and went home. Guess her dad came and picked her up, and she had to tell him why I would leave her there. Dad and I are still cool. You're my hero. The dad is mine. That's awesome. Why did you cheat? I remember one of my buddies, as a joke to get back at his ex, decided to buy using her credit card 50 packs of extra small condoms online and have it sent to their front door. The obvious joke being that her new fling had a small dick and couldn't satisfy her as much. She ended up calling the police on him because of this, and he ended up being forced to pay $5,000 in damages. I hate stories like this. Yes, it's shitty for the other person, to involve themselves in a marriage. But he isn't the one in the marriage. The wife is. This reads like the ex had no repercussions at all, while she should been the only one to receive repercussions. It's one thing to be shitty. It's another to be shitty to the wrong person, when it was the ex that broke a contract. If he used her credit card without her permission, isn't that stealing? The night my ex made out with one guy and had sex with another, she ended up with pneumonia a day or two later. Karma is amazing. When I found out my ex-wife was cheating, we had a long talk and she was sorry blah blah. I told her I needed a couple of days to think. After a day or two, I told her that I would forgive her under one condition. She had to find me a woman to sleep with to make us even. After about a week she arranged for a friend of hers and I to meet for the weekend. I banged her all weekend, and when the ex went to work on Monday, I moved all my stuff and myself out and divorced her. I would never do this, but I enjoyed pretending I was a person that would while I read it. /you/goddamn pork chop, yours was my favorite comment. I'm basically garbage in human form, and I'm okay with that. But I take great pride in watching my very successful friends live vicariously through the shit I pull off. I can see it in their eyes when I tell them. If the question had been what's your revenge on a former boss, my story would have been much worse. Fuck her sister lol. My man. That's what the ex said. My spouse cheated on me 25 times that I know about. How do I know this? Because she made a list of 28 names with dates and locations. I was number 3 and all 25 after me were while we were actively married. Granted, I knew she had been cheating. I was deployed 3 separate times between all of them. To say it was a toxic relationship was an understatement. I had a child with her, and so I stayed. The last person I actually caught her with in my bed was from my church. She always said, if I didn't do, enter excuse, then she wouldn't cheat. I didn't even want revenge. I just wanted my kids and I to be happy. So when I caught her I just said, you're done. And with the other man still in my bed she said, if you leave me I'll kill myself. Normally I'd say please baby don't. It's not worth it. This time I just said, bye. Ever since then I've gained full custody of my 2 beautiful children, and I couldn't be more happy. So my revenge was just finally being happy, honestly. At least you had a witness to why she shouldn't have custody. You did good, heart. It's funny, my ex grew up super conservative. Strict morals and parents always judging. When I told them I was breaking up with their daughter, the mother says I knew a marriage to a sinner like you wouldn't last. I was kind of flawed. Wait, it's my fault your daughter cheated on me? No. It's actually your super conservative upbringing that caused you to not openly go for the things that she wants because she feels bad. So she sneaks behind your back and does what she wants. Then compartmentalized it so she stays gooily free and convinces herself she's a good Christian. Some of the most hateful people I know hide behind the veil of God because they follow their faith. It's all righteous, but fuck me if an atheist does something. A lot of horrible things have been done in the name of religion over the ages, and it still goes on in a daily basis. That being said, religion also offers a lot of people comfort and help to the needy. Religion